Hi friends, this is Dr. W. Elizabeth, Professor Emeritus, Department of History, Bishop Heber College, Trichy. Today I am going to teach about the administration of Cholas. In the history of Tamil Nadu, the Chola rule is the lengthiest rule. Now we are going to see about the Cholas as an introduction. Cholas, they were divided into two, early Cholas and later Cholas. Early Cholas, they were otherwise called Sangam Cholas. This Sangam Chola rule started with Ilam Chet Chenni. He was the first ruler of Sangam Chola and he was succeeded by Karihala Cholan. The next one, later Cholas, they were otherwise called Imperial Cholas. Now this Imperial Chola rule was the lengthiest rule. They ruled from 850 AD to 1200 AD. Now Imperial Cholas were divided into three: Tanjore Cholas, Gagaikonda Cholapuram Cholas, Chalukya Cholas. Now Tanjore Cholas, why they were called Tanjore Cholas means that is the kings from Vijayalaya to Rajaraja first, they kept Tanjore as their capital and they ruled their empire. Because of that they were called as Tanjore Cholas. Rajendra Chola and his successor, they ruled their country with Gangaikonda Cholapuram as their capital, so they were called as Gangaikonda Cholapuram Cholas. Next, Chalukya Cholas, that is, there were no direct line in the Chola line, direct heir in the Chola line. They adopted a person from the Chalukya line, so the Kulothunga Chola and his successor, they were called as Chalukya Cholas. This is an introduction for your Cholas. Next we are going to see about the administration of the Cholas. During the period of 1010 AD to 1053 AD, the Chola territories stretched from the island of the Maldives in the south to as far north as the bank of Godavari river. Rajaraja Chola conquered entire South India. The Chola kings were great administrators. They introduced new system of government. It was noted for centralized government at the center and full-fledged autonomous unit at the lower level. The Chola Empire was divided into three major administrative units: central government, provincial government and local government. Now we are going to see about the central administration. Under central administration, king was the administrative head of the kingdom. It was a hereditary one. Hereditary means that is after the death of a king, his eldest son will become the successor and he will rule the country. That we call it as hereditary. Kings assumed several titles like Chakravarti, Emperor, etc. He has enormous powers. He was the supreme commander of the Chola army. He was the chief judicial authority. The king and queens were considered as representatives of God. They were helped by ministers or prohits. Besides, they were also helped by officials, Perundaram, that is higher officials, Sirundaram, they were called lower officials. Next one, we are going to see about the provincial government. Kingdom was divided into provinces otherwise called mandalams. Mandalams, they were headed by governors or viceroys. Usually, the Yuvarajas or members of the royal family were appointed as governors. The governors enforced the order of the central government and made periodical report. Next, local government. Mandalams or provinces were further divided into kotams or valanadu. Valanadus were divided into nadu. Nadus were further divided into villages. The villages are the lowest unit of Chola administration. Two inscriptions belong to the period of Parantaka first, found at Uttaramerur, provide details of the formation of functions of village councils. This inscription, dated around 920 AD in the reign of Parantaka Chola, is an outstanding document in the history of India. Village administration. The entire responsibility of the village administration was in the hands of the village assembly called Grama Sabha. The village assembly was known as Ur or Sabha. It looked after maintenance of fields, tanks, roads, ponds, revenue collection, judiciary, education and temples. The village was divided into wards. There were 30 wards in a village. The ward member were elected through Kudavole system. Now what is Kudavole system? This is a system used for electing members of Varyams or village headman. A person putting a palm leaf chip into a pot under the Kudavole method, names of the candidates were written in the palm leaf would be put inside a pot. The pot would be kept in a public view. A child would be asked to take one name from the pot in the presence of people. Qualification to become a ward member. He must have a own house or a house site. He should be 30 to 70 years old. He must be an educated and must have a good conduct. The elected ward member formed village assembly. They were grouped into Varyams. There are 6 Varyams, namely Nyaya Varyam, Tota Varyam, Dharma Varyam, Eri Varyam, Pon Varyam, the Grama Karya Varyam. Good functioning of these Varyams increased the efficiency of the local administration of the Cholas. Thank you.